I'm back, baby. I'm back, Karen. Load up the ladder. The king of the mountains back. My world. Woo! Hey, I'm back like Jeff Jarrett's back in TNA. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another video to my channel. Thank you guys very much for the love and support that you showed me on the last video. I cannot show a much appreciation that you guys showed to me, whether it was via you comment in the YouTube section, the Facebook me, or the tweeting me, or the Skyping me. It was just awesome to see all that love and respect, and it just shows how cool the wrestling community is and how cool it is to meet people from all across the earth. It just shows how awesome sometimes humanity can be, because us humans, we can do a lot of stupid shit, but it also shows just how awesome humanity is and how we can get together and be hopeful that one can succeed in life. And I hope all of you guys succeed in life. Whether you commented on my video or not, I just hope all of you guys have successful lives and you go through your own personal struggles and conquer them. So after 3 weeks of spending time at a work furlough facility, trying to rehab myself and serving my jail sentence, I've learned to appreciate life a lot more. And that's something that I feel like I needed as a man at my age of 22 years old, is finding out what do I appreciate the most in life. And I've had many good things happen to me. I have, and I'm very, very grateful for those. And I'm grateful for you guys. And I hope I can keep on producing great content for you guys moving forward. Before I get into what this video is going to be about, I just got to give you guys a heads up that, you know, I already don't upload a lot as it is. And now that might get trimmed down a little bit more. I recently got a promotion at my work. If you guys don't know, I currently work at a barbecue joint. I work at a restaurant. It's pretty well known. It's called Famous Dave's. I don't know if you guys know of Famous Dave's, but I work at a Famous Dave's. And I was like a host to go and a busser there. And then recently one of my managers asked me if I wanted to become a cook. And I said yeah to that because I want to add that to my resume. And it was something that I've always been interested in learning about. So now I got upgraded to, or promoted to, being a prep cook at my job, and eventually becoming a line cook. So pretty much, you know, night I'm going to be cooking in a restaurant, and then school's coming up again, and I got 2 more years left of college. So in the mornings I'm going to be going to school, and really my only day off is like Wednesday. But on those Wednesdays sometimes I might have to see my probation officer, or I have to go do the alcohol school for DUIs. So it's going to be a little bit busy for Chase Oliver, so hopefully I can still produce as much videos as possible, talk about the world of pro wrestling, maybe talk about some NFL, since the NFL season's coming up again. You know, I just want to talk about more on this channel, but it's just, you know, sometimes time can get in the way, and there's other ventures that I also want to explore. But I'm not going to give up on this channel. I understand if you guys don't like that I don't upload a lot. Don't worry. If you guys don't like it that I don't upload a lot, check out Heel Steven. My boy Heel Steven uploads almost every single day. I'm always on there too with the Heel Steven Show and the Team Heel podcast, so you always hear my thoughts on his channel. So check him out. You know, check out my boy Jeff Schlegel, OTR Essential, the Schleg Daddy. He uploads like every day. You need wrestling videos and you want someone smart talking about wrestling, go watch OTR Central. I don't know why I'm plugging him. He has like 10,000 subscribers and I only have 2,000, but still, you want wrestling videos every day, go watch them. You want comedy in wrestling because you like comedy? Go watch the Smart Busters. Those dudes are hilarious. Every time I watch one of those videos, I just start laughing, man. They do a good job with their damn videos. And the Rope Show is a good channel. They're like me where they upload every once in a while, but then when they upload, it's good shit. So, you know, there's a lot of other wrestling channels out there. I'm promoting them just because, like, if you guys like my style and how I do things, I just think you would like those guys as well. Even though I don't really need to plug OTR Essential. He should be plugging me because I have no subs. But it is what it is. So anyways, if you guys don't know, I haven't been watching or paying attention to pro wrestling for like 3 weeks. And so I went on to the Heel Steven show, and Steven pretty much informed me about what I missed on professional wrestling. And the things that made me laugh the most is what I heard about at Battleground 2015. Now, I was thinking, if I came back, what would be my first video back? And then I was just saying to myself, do I really want to talk about Battleground? I mean, the pay-per-view is like, what, 2 weeks fucking old? But then I was saying to myself, man, a lot of the stuff that happened on Battleground, plus with all the results I've been reading on Monday Night Raw, you know, I'm not watching full 6 hours of Raw the past 2 weeks. Fuck that. Hell no. I ain't going to try to keep up with that nonsense. But, you know, with the Battleground and the Raw results that I've been reading, I've been saying to myself, man, why not talk about what happened at Battleground 2015 and what it really means heading forward to SummerSlam 2015. This is not really going to be like a legit review. You know, it's going to have review in the title, but I don't think this is going to be a legit review of the show. I think this is just me talking about what I saw at Battleground 2015 and what I think it is moving forward. So I don't know how long this video will be. You know, it could be 30 minutes, could be 15 minutes, just depends on how long I talk about each subject. But I hope you guys do enjoy this video I'm producing for you. So anyways, before we talk about what I saw at Battleground 2015, my overall thoughts on the show was that it was just there. You know, it's just like we had a bunch of good matches. You know, the crowd was really hot. But I was just like, I don't really care because a lot of the storylines and the feuds and the characters, they're just not interesting to me. And that's one of the things that hurts professional wrestling for me is that some of the characters, they just feel the same. All the heels are like either pussies and bitches and they don't want to do shit. All the baby faces are just guys that go, come on guys, raise your fucking hands up, let's go, let's go. And they try to get the fans pumped up and the fans don't really care about them. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like the characters and stuff are really hurting, you know, the quality of professional wrestling for me. That's just my opinion. That's just me at least. So really, to be honest here, I just didn't really find Battleground that good of a show overall. I mean, if you're one of those guys that just like pure matches and stuff, yeah, you know, there's some really good matches on this show that you'll like Orton versus Sheamus. That was a good match. I thought the tag team title match was pretty good. You know, the Divas put on a pretty solid triple threat match, and then we had, you know, John Cena and Kevin Owens 3, and, you know, match-wise, that was good, but, you know, ultimately, the characters and the storylines, they were whatever. So let me just talk about what I saw. Randy Orton, he's still a badass, and yet the WWE doesn't want to do anything with him. They want to just waste his potential and have him feud with fucking Sheamus. I'm sorry, Ross, Gold Standard 000. I know, Sheamus is your boy, but Orton's my boy. I'm sorry. Sheamus will never, ever compare to Orton. If anything, Sheamus is worse than Randy Orton when it comes to an entertainment level. You know, people like to call Randy Orton Randy Borton sometimes and say he's so boring and slow. What the fuck is Sheamus? When has Sheamus ever been fucking entertaining? And let's just be real here. Yeah, I like Sheamus as a performer. I think he's good in the ring and all. But seriously, Sheamus is just as boring, if not more boring, than Randy Orton. And the fact that these two are feuding. Why? I watched the match at Battleground. Yeah, it was probably like the best match out of the 850 other matches that they've had in their lives. But still, I don't care about this. And now they're still feuding? What are you going to feud over, the briefcase? At least I know that the tradition of the Money in the Bank briefcase winner losing every single pay-per-view is still going strong. That's a good thing. I don't know why it's a good thing, but according to the WWE, it's a good thing. Because that means at least Sheamus will probably cash in and be successful and piss off some people when he does. Primetime Players in the New Day, they once again had a good tag team title match. It was what it was. I don't really care what's going on with the tag team division. It just seems like, to me, I've been missing the Usos. I'm being dead shit serious here. I never thought I'd be saying that, but I've been missing the Usos. I miss when the Usos used to come out, be like, what's up? What I say? Oh, you say oh! Like, I miss those guys, man. I miss those dudes. I want them back, man. Like, the tag team division just seems so boring. It's like the Lucha Dragons, they're not really doing much with them. The Los Matadores, not doing much with them anyways. I mean, shit, dude. El Torito's not even doing shit. You know it's bad when El Torito's not doing shit. I like Titus O'Neil a lot, but I don't really like Darren Young, so that's why I don't really care for the primetime players. I mean, Titus O'Neil, this dude should be a mid-card champion. Why is this dude not a mid-card champion right now? This guy should be John Cena for the U.S. title. I mean, this guy, like, he fed a bunch of homeless people food. He's Celebrity Dad of the Year. How is this guy not, like, higher up in the WWE? I mean, if he was white, let's just be real here. If Titus O'Neil was white, oh, fuck, dude, this SummerSlam would be built around Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil would be facing, like, Brock Lesnar or John Cena or somebody for that World Heavyweight Championship. Let's just be real here. If Titus O'Neil was a white guy, he would be getting pushed to the fucking moon. But we all know how Vince McMahon feels about his black wrestlers. At least the New Day now, they're getting kind of over with the crowd, because I noticed instead of the fans chanting New Day sucks when they do their clap, they're chanting New Day rocks. So that's good. At least they're now getting some babyface heat. You know, wrestling fans like corny and goofy characters, and the New Day fit that. They're still not my favorite group. You know, I wish Big E and Kofi and Xavier, I like all three of those dudes. I wish they were doing a little bit better. But hey, at least it's good to know that they're trying hard with this gimmick. and now that the fans are somewhat appreciating it. Oh, God, Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, man. Dude, watching these two, it's just so depressing, man. Here is Bray Wyatt, who came into the scene 2 years ago. Everyone labeled him as like the next Undertaker, the next Mankind. He was supposed to be our next demonic character in the WWE. He was supposed to be the one that our children were going to be afraid of him. Our nieces, our nephews, whatever. They were supposed to be afraid of Bray Wyatt. And now, he just looks like some pathetic hobo. The only cool thing about Bray Wyatt nowadays is his entrance. Let's just be real here. If you still don't get amazed by Bray Wyatt's entrance, what is your problem? That shit's sick. Seeing all those cell phone lights going like this, and then Bray Wyatt's walking out the lantern, that's the cool thing. When I see Bray Wyatt make his entrance, I'm just saying to myself, how come I don't like this guy? How come this guy doesn't feel like a big deal? And then I hear him talk, and then I see him wrestle, and then I realize that's why Bray Wyatt's not a big deal. Tired of his matches being the same. You know, we like to talk about John Cena, his matches being the same. What the fuck is Bray Wyatt's matches? Gets his ass beat half the match, does the stupid tackles, and then randomly hits his sister Abigail. Oh, yeah, he can't win unless someone comes out and helps him, or he cheats to win. And why is Luke Harper back with Bray Wyatt? Can you guys not find something to do for Luke Harper that you have to freaking bring him back with Bray Wyatt? This is how lazy the WWE is. Like, Luke Harper, this guy looks like a machine. This guy looks like he could be feuding with like Neville right now in a lower card feud, or maybe feuding with like Stardust or something. Like, he could be feuding with anyone else. This guy has a good, unique look. You can make this guy into a creepy character in a heartbeat. But instead of trying to do something with this guy to make him stand out as an individual, you have to bring him back with Bray Wyatt. Remember when Luke Harper won the IC title? Everyone thought, oh, Luke Harper's getting that major push. Ah, bullshit. Now he's stuck with Bray Wyatt again. And then we look at my boy Roman Reigns, the cockfist. The cockfist is a nobody now, and that hurts me to say that. Yeah, around WrestleMania time, we all were dreading that Roman Reigns. Well, I wasn't dreading, I was hoping for it. But we were all dreading, oh no, Roman Reigns is going to be WWE Champion. And now this dude, I don't even know if he will ever sniff the title in the WWE. In fact, Roman Reigns is feeling like Test. Remember how Test would just get randomly pushed to the world title scene, but the WWE would never seem to really capitalize on him? That's what Roman Reigns is feeling like to me. It's like when Test, after like Triple H kind of took his spot, where Test was kind of in the middle, not knowing what the fuck he was doing. That's how Roman Reigns is. It's like Seth Rollins is the new Triple H. Was all like, LOL, I'm going to go over you, Roman, and win the title. And now Roman Reigns is like Test trying to freaking rebuild himself. But how can you rebuild himself when he's feuding with someone that needs to be rebuilt in Bray Wyatt? This is why this feud is stupid. Because Bray Wyatt needs to be rebuilt from the bottom up. After that John Cena feud, a lot of people lost interest in Bray Wyatt. Roman Reigns, he just feels like he's floating. It just seems like he's like floating in the fucking ocean. It's just like he's not doing anything impactful. He just doesn't feel impactful anymore. It's just like there's a lot of flaws in Roman Reigns' system being shown, you know, currently right now, what he's doing to WWE. I mean, it's cool now that the fans are getting behind him and stuff. I like that and all. But it's just like, it's just showing some of his flaws more and more and more. And I just feel like the WWE missed an opportunity to make a big star out of him when they should have at WrestleMania. Then, you know, sometimes I wish the WWE, they would stick to their guns and not be afraid of, you know, making Roman Reigns into a big star. It just seems like they're afraid to make this guy into a big star because the fans are going to, you know, turn on him just like that. Well, WWE, if you actually wrote for Roman Reigns in a good way, if you actually wrote his character in a way that a lot of fans can relate to and a lot of fans can get behind, you wouldn't have that problem. You wouldn't have the problem of fans turning on him. See, that's the problem with Roman Reigns. It's like WWE wants this guy to succeed, but at the same time, they're afraid if they do make him succeed, the fans are just going to turn on him just like that. Well, instead of being afraid of making him succeed, how about you write storylines that can help him succeed? I mean, the best storyline that they've done to help Roman Reigns succeed, and it's sad that I'm saying this in 2015, but his best storyline in 2015 was against the fucking Big Show. That Extreme Rules match in Chicago, Smart Mark fucking City, was the time where Roman Reigns actually was built correctly, where they actually built a match around him, built a story around him where he could succeed. Hell, you know it It worked when the Smart Mark City in fucking Chicago was cheering for Roman Reigns. And yeah, he was facing the Big Show, and the fans don't really like the Big Show that much, but it fucking worked. Now Roman Reigns, what, he's going to team with Dean Ambrose, another dude that the WWE can't write for, to face off against these two idiots at SummerSlam? What are you doing? If anything, this should be, SummerSlam should be where Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are feuding, because, like, Dean Ambrose is mad that his best friend turned on him, or, you know, Dean Ambrose turns on his best friend, or something like that. Not like Bray Wyatt freaking with Luke Harper facing on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. What is this, like the Shield versus the Wyatts? It's just 2 members versus 2 members. You might as well just call it that. You might as well just say Shield versus Wyatts Part 2. Fuck. And it's just like, it just upsets me, like, that Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, these guys was like, so much potential. They just have so much potential. They reek of potential, but it's just like, the system doesn't want to write for them correctly. The system doesn't want to feature them correctly. The system doesn't want to present them correctly. And the system is like afraid of making these guys feel like big deals. Because Bray Wyatt should be a bigger deal and Roman Reigns should be a bigger deal. But they don't feel like bigger deals. Bray Wyatt just feels like some other fat wrestler that I've seen before. And Roman Reigns feels like fucking Test. Fuck. At least the Divas are getting longer matches on pay-per-views, but I don't. Sasha Banks is on the main roster. That's all I care about. Sasha Banks is my favorite women's wrestler. She's fucking awesome. She's great. She's probably the best women's wrestler in the WWE right now. I don't know what they're doing with this Divas Revolution storyline, though. I just don't get it. It's just like a bunch of matches. And that's it. And I get it. We're trying to make these women feel powerful and feel impactful and stuff like that, but it's just like, damn. You know, a bunch of matches is not what makes them feel powerful and impactful. You know, what makes Ronda Rousey feel powerful and impactful in the MMA world is not just because she beats up women in 35 seconds. No, it's just how she carries herself, how she presents herself, and all that other stuff. You don't present any of these divas any differently. They're just girls that go out there and kick the shit out of each other. That's it. They have no characters and nothing different about them. There's nothing different about Paige to Charlotte. There's nothing different about Paige to Becky Lynch. There's nothing different about the Bella Twins. There's nothing different about Sasha Banks. Nothing different about Naomi or you know, Tamina. They all just do their own unique poses, but that's it. There's no different personalities there. They just go out there and they wrestle, and we're supposed to care, and that's what's supposed to make us feel like this is such a big fucking deal. When in reality, what makes women a big deal is their personality and how they carry themselves. That's what makes Ronda Rousey the big deal. Not that she goes out there and she fights at least 3 times a year and kicks these women's asses in like a minute less, but the fact that she has a great personality, something that is very enigmatic about her, that people want to follow her. You know, you got to do more with these divas in the character department if you want people to really care about them. I feel bad for my boy Ryback. I heard he got a staph infection, and now he might lose the Intercontinental title. And now Miz and Big Show are going to be feuding for that. Man, that IC title, man, it's like bad news. First, Daniel Bryan breaks his neck again, or hurts his neck again. And then freaking Ryback gets a staph infection from that. Goddamn. John Cena and Kevin Owens. Time to talk about this. Why do they do this to Kevin Owens, man? I bought 2 Kevin Owens t-shirts. I was hyped on this guy. It's rare when I buy wrestling t-shirts, but I bought Kevin Owens t-shirts because I was super duper hyped on Kevin Owens. I was like, fight Owens, fight. I was like, yeah, man, Kevin Owens, this guy's going to be a Bama in the WWE. This guy's a bad, bad man. And once again, every time I'm excited about something, fucking John Cena has to ruin it. Okay. They'll never learn. Why? The one guy that had the opportunity, like the field that could actually beat John Cena. Like if he feuded with John Cena, he could actually beat John Cena in a match. The one guy who had that feeling and that opportunity loses to John Cena. Who's going to take that U.S. belt from John Cena? John Cena might as well just say, you know what, I'm bored, and just hand over the U.S. title to some random fan or Santino Marella or something, because no one's going to beat him for it. Hell, our own WWE World Champion couldn't even beat him for it. And what is this setting up to? What? John Cena versus Seth Rollins at fucking SummerSlam and Kevin Owens versus Cesaro? Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. Kevin Owens and Cesaro will be a great wrestling match. In-ring will be awesome. I don't give a fuck. Cesaro's getting a random ass push just because he had one good match with John Cena. Boy, I haven't seen that before. Cesaro having a great match with Cena and then all of a sudden getting a random push. I wonder how long this one's going to fucking last. And then Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. What purpose or meaning is behind this? Well, Chase, Cesaro cost Kevin Owens for the U.S. title, and then Kevin Owens cost Cesaro for the U.S. title, and Kevin Owens beat Cesaro on SmackDown. It's like, who cares? There is no feud in this. They are just literally wrestling because the WWE's like, look, people are liking Cesaro now, and John Cena has a massive boner for him. So we're going to feature him on the pay-per-view, and we're just going to have Kevin Owens face him. But what's the reason? Where's the angle here? What's the element? Yeah, will it be a good wrestling match between Kevin Owens and Cesaro at SummerSlam if they face? Absolutely. Absolutely. I ain't going to deny that. But seriously, people try to force this feud. This just shows how sad professional wrestling has become because there is no feud in Kevin Owens and Cesaro. And then John Cena and Seth Rollins, why do I care about that? And then I also heard the rumor that they might combine this and make it a fatal four-way for the title. It's like, okay, we have a fatal four-way match that features Kevin Owens, who beat John Cena in his debut match, and then after that hasn't really done anything else. Cesaro, who's getting his random little pushes because he had one great match with Cena. Seth Rollins, who pretty much has been treated as a cowardly chicken shit heel world champion for the longest time. And John Cena, who seems like he can't lose any match. What interest is in that match? I don't see the interest in this fatal four-way. Once again, that could be a good fucking match, but I just don't see the interest. I don't see the intrigue. Why the fuck would they add Kevin Owens, who's been losing pay-per-views, and Cesaro, who hasn't even been featured on pay-per-views, into a big-time world title match? Just makes no sense to me. I just feel like that would be a forced fatal four-way. I just find Kevin Owens and Cesaro seem like a waste of potential, and I find Cena versus Seth Rollins a big waste of our time. We saw that match like 8 million times last year in 2014. Now it's 2015, we're going to see it again. We already saw it free on Raw, and Cena already beat his ass. Well, we're going to have Seth Rollins kick him in the nuts, like Rusev did at Fastlane? Is that the only way John Cena can lose? If he gets kicked in the balls? Some of the stuff that they're doing with Cena and our world champion and Kevin Owens and Cesaro is depressing because Kevin Owens, like, if Kevin Owens and Cesaro is for the U.S. belt, there's reasoning and story behind that. Because, you know, Cesaro could have been U.S. champion and Kevin Owens cost him for that. Then you have Cesaro wanting to beat Kevin Owens to prove that he can become United States champion. Then you can maybe make like a best of 5 series out of that, you know, just to get extended out for 5 matches, and it would make more sense. It wouldn't just feel like a random match. And then afterwards, you could have John Cena maybe, you know, rebuild himself up before he faces Seth Rollins at, like, you know, either a Hell in a Cell or a Survivor Series. But instead, we're trying to fucking force Cena to face Rollins because right now, Rollins really has no one else to fucking face. He already faced Lesnar, and after facing Lesnar, who the hell else he's going to face? Roman Reigns is too busy wasting his potential with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's potential's been wasted, and he's not really doing anything else. Dean Ambrose, do we really want to go back to that well again? I mean, shit, they should have just made Dean Ambrose champion. Sheamus wouldn't be a good champion right now. We've already seen Randy Orton and Seth Rollins a bajillion times. They really wasted a lot of people, and now it's already, we're going back to John Cena. Can't wait for the fucking fall feud where it's just John Cena and Seth Rollins every pay-per-view. That's going to be fucking awesome. I can see it now. WWE Hell in a Cell, the event that I may be going to in Los Angeles, California, it'll be John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Cena versus Rollins for the title. Cena's last opportunity for the title. And if Cena loses, he retires or some shit. And then it's Rapidu. He does like an FU through the cage or something. I can see it now. I can see the fall feud already. Cena and Seth Rollins like 8 bajillion times on the WWE Network. I'm not really going to talk about Brock Lesnar, you know, beating up Seth Rollins. It was what it was. But I am going to talk about the return of The Undertaker. I'm sorry. What the fuck? Why is Undertaker back? This shows how bad the WWE can't write for some of their young talents. I see wrestling fans all the time post these silly little memes or says, the future of wrestling will be bright. Oh, really? The future of wrestling? That's why in 2015, our main event for SummerSlam is going to be Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. A match that main evented No Mercy 2003. But Chase is different. Undertaker getting revenge for the streak. Doesn't change the fact that these motherfuckers were wrestling 12 years ago and main eventing pay-per-views back then. Oh my. God damn. Just think about that. 12 years ago. If you would have told me 12 years ago when I was 10 years old, yeah, you're going to see these motherfuckers wrestle in 2015, I would think, hell no, they're going to be retired. But yet, Undertaker and Brock Lesnar are still fighting. And everyone's like, oh, the feud is great. It's Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Undertaker's getting revenge for the streak. Then why the hell did he not get revenge for the streak last year's WrestleMania? Why did Undertaker waste his time against Bray Wyatt? Why did Undertaker come out at SummerSlam last year and save John Cena's dumb ass? Well, all of a sudden now, so Brock couldn't become champion again? He was sick and tired of Paul Heyman talking about it every single fucking week? And really, to be honest here, it's like, oh shit, we got to get the same match that we got at WrestleMania 30. We remember how bad that was. We're going to get that same match again this year at SummerSlam 2015. That's going to be our main event. That's just sad, man. Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, once again, main event pay-per-view. I mean, it was cool seeing Undertaker come out. Like, I won't deny it. Like, I marked out a little bit. But at the same time, I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, like, fuck. These guys are still main eventing pay-per-views. Like, fuck. The only thing that really gets me excited nowadays is seeing these old-timers come back. I remember my friend said it best when we were watching Royal Rumble 2015 this year. He said, Chase, isn't it sad that we're watching Rock beat up Kane and Big Show in 2015 when they were beating up each other at the Royal Rumble 2000? And I was saying to myself, that is fucking sad. We still seeing these dudes go out there. And yeah, I know wrestling's supposed to be timeless and endless, and there's a lot of nostalgia that we can get from professional wrestling. That's one of the cool things about professional wrestling. We can get a lot of cool nostalgia from it. But when we keep going to the nostalgia well every single fucking time, it gets old. I love Undertaker. Much respect to him. I love this dude. He's one of the most respected men in professional wrestling, but it's just, I don't see what's the big deal with Undertaker and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam this year. Brock Lesnar wins, then what was the point of Undertaker even coming back? Undertaker wins, and it's just like all this momentum that you were having with Brock Lesnar, you kind of put at a standhold. And then Brock Lesnar feels like Brock Lesnar before he ended the streak, where he's just like, yeah, he shows up, but he barely wins his matches. And not only that, you kind of ruined the dynamics because Brock Lesnar was kind of like your number one babyface. Like, Brock Lesnar was like the number one babyface in the WWE at that moment in time. And it's just like Brock Lesnar all freaking like suplexing people and everyone's getting behind it and whatnot. And it's just like all of a sudden now you're trying to make him into a heel again. But it's just like, you know, once he's done being with Undertaker, the fans are going to cheer this guy because they think he's cooler than most of the roster. So what's the point of having this match? It just feels like, oh, we just want people to, you know, purchase the network and buy it, $9.99. Sting might show up at SummerSlam. Whoop-de-doo, Sting, icon. Let's keep on pulling out the nostalgia wall. That's the only reason why we can get people to care about our damn product nowadays is the nostalgia wall. The nostalgia well. We just keep pulling it up. Jack and Jill go up that hill, freaking pull Sting out of that damn well, bring it back down, and then that way we can set up Sting and Undertaker at WrestleMania fucking 32. It's just like, that's why it's funny when people say like the future of wrestling's bright. What fucking future? What? Kevin Owens, guy that we thought was gonna be like the future badass, like can't even beat Cena. Feels like everyone else. Cesaro's just getting a random push. Dean Ambrose is a ghost. Roman Reigns is feeling like Test. Bray Wyatt, yeah. Seth Rollins, it just upsets me. Just upsets me because I know it can be better. That's the thing that upsets me the most is that I know it can be better. And that's why maybe I still watch professional wrestling is because there's that glimmer of hope. Like there's that little thread, that little string that I can pull on and say, it's going to get better. And it's all golden and shit. Like in the Hercules movie, have you guys seen the Hercules Disney movie? They had that fucking golden string that the fucking eye ladies were trying to cut. That's what I feel like. I feel like the golden string is somewhere there in this rug that's called the WWE. There's that golden string, but the WWE is not tugging on it. They're tugging on a bunch of dirt and crap. This upsets me. Overall, though, SummerSlam 2015 is not looking that interesting. It really isn't looking that interesting to me. I feel WWE will do a good job making Undertaker and Brock Lesnar feel like a big deal because, you know, it is Taker and Brock Lesnar, and, you know, both of those guys have unique unique auras around them, unique charisma around them to make you want to at least see the match, even though if you don't really care about it, you're going to be like, you know what, it's kind of interesting because, you know, Brock Lesnar, Suplex City bitch, Undertaker, rest in peace bitch, you know, interesting stuff. I don't really care what's going on with the WWE World Heavyweight title, especially now that Cena's involved with it, because I know how it's going to end. It's going to be the fall time Cena push. Every single fall, they lose opponents for the new champion. John Cena needs to get his one world title win a year, and they need to push John Cena for the world title. Every single fall. Look at the fall time. Since John Cena has entered the main event scene, you'll see that this motherfucker is always feuding in the fall time for that WWE Heavyweight Championship. It's a John Cena fall push, and I won't be surprised at Hell in a Cell if John Cena is world champion again. So Cesaro's just getting a little fucking push. It's not that big of a deal. If the WWE tries to make it feel like a big deal, they'll just throw the IC strap on him and then make him wrestle on main event or superstars. Kevin Owens, he can hopefully rebound because he has good charisma. Hopefully Roman Reigns stops feeling like test for me. Hopefully Bray Wyatt gets his ass out of his head and he becomes better. Hopefully Dean Ambrose is no more a ghost. You know, I just hope SummerSlam, the next pay-per-view for the WWE, and which is going to be 4 hours long. Like, what? Did you add an extra hour for Undertaker's entrance? God dang. But hopefully SummerSlam will be much better than what I saw here. Hopefully the next few weeks of wrestling will be much better than what I've been reading. Because I always love professional wrestling. I love WWE. I just want the WWE to do well. But right now, the WWE, when it's the summertime, and normally when it's the summertime, you know, WWE has some big fucking angle that makes you say, oh shit, this is a summer push, you know, like the summer of Punk. Seth Rollins turning heel, the Nexus, and blah, blah, blah. You know, you get these big time summer angles and it makes people interested in wrestling again. It makes people say, oh, this shit's getting better. It just doesn't feel like it this year. It just doesn't have that spark, that interest that I've been waiting for. That's just me. Anyways, guys, you can comment down below what you thought about me in this video, what I said about this in this video. Tell me what you thought about Battleground 2015. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to have talked about professional wrestling again. This was fun. I hope I can keep on producing more videos for you guys in the near future. I'll see y'all next time. Enjoy your day. Peace.